welcome back to another video, guys. Today we're going to be talking about the winter weather for the future, and we're going to be talking about some present weather that might be happening over the next couple of days. I am trying out a new, setup, I guess, for my videos, so comment down below if y'all like it, or if y'all want me to bring back the original. So yeah, guys, let's get right back into it. Okay, so as of right now, we have some pretty, big weather event happening right here. I'm pretty sure there is a chance of, severe weather around here too. Let me actually just bring this in. So yeah, the main area that we're looking at is around here right now for some severe weather. And maybe some pop-up storms over here, but I'm not super duper worried about anything over here. We're mainly just watching the Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, and maybe some Florida. We're mainly just watching that area as of right now. There's a little bit of a larger area around North South Carolina, and I think that's slightly into Kentucky. Wait, that's not Kentucky. This is Kentucky, but yeah. So doesn't seem like much is really going on so far. I think this was. Oh, this is actually a couple hours in the future. Shoot. Okay, well. Here's the present of that storm. So it doesn't really seem like much is happening as of right now. I mean, most of the storm seems to be, moved off into the coast. This is really honestly the few little itty bitty parts of the, stronger side of the storm that are actually still kind of there. And there's some storms off the coast of Florida. These ones are a lot stronger. Jacksonville is actually still being hit. Jacksonville Beach is also it's about to get hit. I think that it's already probably sprinkling over there as of right now. But yeah, there's two areas by Florida and Georgia, and then some by South Carolina, which is maybe even heading back up north. No, it's heading this way. So that'll stay off the mainland for a while. There is a storm in Alabama and Georgia. There's still a few little pop-up storms here and there. There's even some stronger ones near Atlanta or closer to South Fulton. I think I said that right. So yeah, we're getting some commotion in those two states right there, Alabama and Georgia. We also have a massive heat advisory for pretty much a little bit more than half of Texas, all of Louisiana, parts of Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Mississippi all have a heat advisory. Around the Dallas-Fort Worth area, there's a extreme heat warning, and this is for temperatures up to 109. Down here closer to Houston, the heat advisory is for 106 to 110, so a little bit hotter, but just by 1 degree at most. We also have some severe thunderstorms up in Colorado and Wyoming. Yeah. So that's going on right now. That is not Wyoming. That is Nebraska. Nebraska, Wyoming, Colorado area. Heading for Sterling. As of right now. Let me actually play this back a little bit. This one seems to be a little bit of a tornado producer as well. From past radar. Doesn't seem like there's any reports of a tornado, but I feel like there was definitely, yeah, there definitely seems to be of a possible rotation spot right there. I'm not gonna say it's a tornado because I'm probably wrong, but definitely a classic supercell look, and it definitely was rotating at one point, but obviously it died out. The whole storm is rotating now, but that's not a super duper big concern. It's mainly just updraft more than likely. Tornado is possible still. 60 mile an hour per hour winds have been observed. I forgot to turn off my earthquake monitor. Yeah, it should be fine. And maybe some decent hail in this storm. But other than that, I'm not seeing too much. There's some stuff in Iowa. No, it's actually a pretty good looking storm over here. Seems like we have a line of thunderstorms here that have kind of formed together, it seems. It seems like the winds could get up to around 44 miles an hour, if not higher in certain spots. Excuse me. If not higher. Let's see here. Nothing in Alaska. There's a lot of heat and extreme heat warnings for Arizona, and it's a little bit hotter there, 107 to 116. This is for Arizona and a little bit of Utah. And California. This is red flag warnings here. We have some fires going on, I'm pretty sure. Give me just a second here. Sorry for the blinding white light. Holy crap. Yeah, so it seems like we still have, a lot of fires that are pretty much out now, but there's some fires that have just started, like the Austin fire, which is pretty new, I'm pretty sure. Oh, never mind, this is a old fire. Still growing, though. It's slower, so that's good. And then we have a newer fire. Never mind, it's somehow 13 days old. Let's just say we still have a few fires. And it seems like these are all older fires. When was our last update? Oh, that fire's been going on for a while. Luckily, it hasn't really spread anywhere. That's good. We do have one pretty decent sized fire still going on. It's about 19% contained. About 59,000 acres, and growing. They do have an evacuation for a pretty good majority of that state, which is, whoa, I am lost. Washington or Oregon? I think that's Oregon. Not much activity in Texas. There's 2 fires near Plainview. Vegetation fire right here. No updates. And then we have more Canyon fire, which is starting to get, slightly bigger. So, yeah. Definitely are gonna have to watch out for that. The heck? Sorry, I was looking for something. Yeah, these are definitely the areas that we're still watching. There's some fires in Florida as well. There's always fires here for some reason. Like they're literally everywhere. No idea why, honestly. But yeah, other than that though, nothing too crazy fire-wise. There's a small fire over here. Nothing updated for that one. So, let's head on to the models. Okay, guys. So basically, the storms we were talking about, and then as I push this forward, there's a low pressure system. We have some isolated showers near Pennsylvania and New York, and some showers in Colorado. We do have another low pressure that comes down toward Texas and doesn't really do very much. There's a lot of isolated rain and smaller storms. Doesn't seem like we're having too much here. Now let's go into temperatures here. So, as you could tell, if you're in the Texas area, which most of y'all I'm sure probably are, I would definitely look, near Texas or whatever. And yeah, let's just say it stays pretty hot, 104, 108, to 109 and 11. This is just regular temperature. This isn't heat index, by the way. 107, 111, 110. And man, these temperatures just stay with us for a couple of days here. 112, another 112, 109, 103. Oh man, we even have 109 in Oklahoma. It's pretty interesting. But this is gonna stay with us until probably. Oh my gosh, the models were not showing this not too long ago. The models were showing the cooldown, but apparently not. We do get a pretty big cold front for the eastern area here. We drop all the way down to the 40s, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, this is actually pretty below normal. Yeah, as you can see. We do have, on September 9th, or no, this is September 6th, on Sunday, we have two pretty big areas of, cooler air. And then we have this spot of warmer air. And, we have some pretty hot averages right here in Kansas, or I think this is Kansas. This is 30 degrees above average. Around 30 degrees average, which is pretty high. And then we have some pretty low averages as well, around negative 20 degrees below average, negative 21. Now, this does not mean negative 21 degrees. I'm sure most of y'all know that, but just to clarify. Yeah, 21 degrees below normal, and for over here, it would be around 18 to 20 below, or degrees under normal. So, yeah, we have a lot of battles here. We have the heat, and then we have the cooler air on the sides. Now, hopefully this pushes through later in the model run, which would be amazing. But it just seems to be getting hotter, honestly. 37 degrees above average, and then we have a small pocket around Georgia, really along the whole East Coast, actually. It's a slightly below average to pretty below average in certain spots. Canada is going to be pretty below average. Holy crap. And yeah, it's going to be pretty hot. It's going to be a pretty spicy month into September, which is going to suck. As I play this model run, you can see that there is a dip that goes into the east around the Ohio Valley area and the Appalachians. And, there's a pretty big cold down. Most of the U.S. right here is nice and, even, except for, not really. I guess for this section of the U.S., I mean, the Rocky Mountain area to Arizona, to even parts of Texas are pretty above average here, actually. But this side is pretty even overall, actually. But then obviously that changes pretty quick. And then everything is back above average, and it gets really above average. And then it kind of swoops down and be cooler averages, and then it just kind of, yeah. Let's look at the European models. I don't think I have. I don't. Yeah, let's look at the temperatures real quick. Like I said, with the GFS models, a couple of days of extreme temperatures in Texas, and especially Arizona and California, and Nevada. Yeah, Nevada. This is pretty. I'm pretty sure. Jeez Louise. Pretty sure that's Nevada. And yeah, so we're gonna have a lot of heat throughout the U.S. some places going to be in the 70s and 80s, and most of the U.S. is going to be 80s and higher, which is going to suck. Let's look at the CFS real quick. Let's see here. CFS temperature. Okay, so this one's definitely not accurate. So we're gonna have those couple of days of just straight heat. This is at around 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. Every day. So this is gonna be probably 10 degrees off for the hottest part of the day. And as we go through here, you can see that we have a really big cool down in mid-September, which is going to be great, for a majority of the U.S. I mean, you can see right here that around the Rocky Mountains that it actually stays pretty below average for, a while, actually, and then it starts to spread. But then we do get a heat pocket, another ridge that kind of pops back up and into the north. The coldest will be around probably -30 below average, or 30 degrees below average. And that could actually even spike up to 36 degrees below average on September 9th. Now, obviously, these models, especially this one, is not going to be accurate, so this will definitely change. So, yeah, the precipitable water, that is not what I wanted, never mind. Total water, Texas could be getting some pretty heavy rain. Now, obviously, all of this is going to change. And actually, if I go back to the GFS models and go to total precipitation, Texas is actually pretty dry. Not gonna lie. Let's go back to the CFS and see why it's showing that. Well, also, I think the CFS also shows our first snowfall in September 9th or 10th in the Rocky Mountains, so I'll be excited to see that. Around September 11th in Texas, and through holy crap, through the 12th, it'll be pretty rainy until the 16th, and yeah, we do see some more possible snow popping up, trying to push into the United States. I think this might miss us though. Not 100% sure, but yeah, let me go to the monthly model runs, and then I'll show y'all the temperatures and everything, and we'll go from there. Good enough. Okay, guys, so this is a different model app. This is gonna be the monthly run. This is temperature anomaly. So you can tell that it gets colder for December, lower averages, and then for January, the averages seem to be higher up north, and then a little bit cooler around Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Florida, and Alabama area. And this does stretch along pretty much almost the entire west, and actually pretty all of the south and west areas are going to be below average. Even parts of the east are going to be below average as well. The northeast is going to be way above average. February is going to be a little bit colder, and the heat really starts to lift. And the models were not showing this a couple weeks ago. I did not make a video a couple weeks ago, so this will definitely change. This is for February. Pretty much all of the U.S. is going to be below average, except for the very, very northeastern states, like Maine, Maryland. Yeah, Maryland's actually going to be kind of even, but obviously this is gonna flip-flop and probably change a couple times. March is going to be even colder for the East Coast. And Texas is still going to be pretty cold. In pretty much all the United States, it's going to be either average or just below average, or maybe in some spots below average. April, it does start to warm up because it's April. And most of the U.S. is slightly below average and normal, and then some of it's above average. And this is May. Pretty much all the whole United States is going to be back above average, so we only get a few months of below average, and then we just go right back into the above average. Now, obviously, this is not a bad thing. That means winter hopefully is coming quicker than I hope. But this is for September, October, November, December, January, February. So the models have kind of actually flip-flopped this a little bit for January, February, March, and May. It seems that below average rainfall will be for the south and the west instead of it being above average. So this has changed a little bit. But for the rest of the year, it seems like this is going to be all above average. And then, around January and February, it's going to start to kind of flip-flop. So we'll see how this winter goes. This has changed apparently a lot. It's been a minute since I've checked it. And, yeah, I think that's going to be the end of our winter weather checkup video. And hopefully I'll be coming out with some more videos soon. Hopefully I'll be posting on my gaming channel. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time.